Bonjour. Today we're gonna review different things like the subjunctif. We're gonna review also how to compare the passé composé and the imparfait, when to use which one, and also the present progressive. Okay, so I will share my file as usual. Up, here it is. So le subjonctif. How do we do that? Okay, so how does that work? How do we recognize it? We are just going to do the first layer of the subjunctive. Okay, there is a lot of exception, but in this part, we're just going to put the main conjugation. Okay, so you have to remember that the nous and the vous form of the subjunctive nous et vous, they are identical that the form in the imparfait. D'accord? So, for example, nous and vous, identique à l'imparfait. À l'imparfait. D'accord? L'imparfait. And you know what? I'm going to put everything in French here. Et vous, identique à l'imparfait. OK? So, for example, que nous vendions. D'accord? And here you can see EONS, that's my ending of the imparfait. OK? And I can do the same for vous, que vous parliez. Boom. And here, took. You see? Same than for the imparfait. So that's very nice. That's a good thing for that. Okay? It's going to make our life way easier. Nous et vous, identiques à l'imparfait. Pour les autres, for the other form of the subjunctive, you're going to form it by using the stem and of the verb when you conjugate it in the third person of plural. So, for example, when you conjugate it with il or elle in plural, you're going to put ent. Okay? So, you drop the ent and you keep the stem. So, then what do? You add the ending of the er verb for es, okay, and ent. So I'm going to give you an example. Il, elle, vendent. Ent, okay? Okay, so what do? I drop the ent. I drop that. Boom. And I keep the stem. Okay? And then it's going to be, hey, you know what? I can do something like that maybe. Whoa. I can do something like that. Pour que je vende. D'accord? Que tu parles, par exemple. OK? Qu'il finisse, par exemple. OK? Ou alors qu'il vende. Au pluriel, qu'il vende. OK? Do you agree with that? So, watch, I'm going to do that here. Ils vendent. ENT. We drop the ENT, we keep the D, we put the E of the ER verb. Il parle. We drop the ENT, we keep the PARL, and we put the ending of the present for tuits. ES. Right? Okay? Took. Oh, is that going to fit? Oh, I was hoping it would fit. It doesn't fit. So we're going to do something different. We're going to make it work. Up, and that's going to go here. Il parle, and here it's going to be ils finissent, right? In present, it's going to be like that, and then ils vendent, we did it already. So what do I do? I drop the ENT, because that's my present, drop the ENT, keep the stem, and then I add the ending of the present, which is E, ES, E, and ENT. I can put that in green. Oh, not green, because we're going to think it's an imparfait. So E, ES, E, and then ENT. Okay? So, how do we do the subjunctive? It's easy. We don't forget the que, by the way. That's extremely important. For nous and vous, we put the ending of the imparfait, IONS, IEZ. And for the other verb, we take the stem of the verb when it's conjugated in present at the third person of plural. We keep the stem, and then we add E, ES, E, ENT. D'accord? Also, you need to have something with que before it. That's required. So it's going to be il faut que. D'accord? Il est nécessaire que. Okay? And you can also, my accent, you can also do that as a negation. Hein? D'accord? Il ne faut pas que. Okay? And il n'est pas nécessaire que. Why is not happy? Yeah, whatever. Ignore. Il n'est pas nécessaire que. D'accord? Also, we need to be aware of the irregular verb. We've seen that before in the section when we did the subjunctive. And that's going to be, when did we do that? Let me think about it. Subjunctive, maybe chapter 8. We did that. Okay? So, I can put an example here. With irregular verb, ignore this thing. Oh, my goodness. No. Oh, leave me alone. Il n'est pas nécessaire que tu ailles. So that's going to be an irregular one. You have to be careful with this one. Okay? The irregular, we have a list of them. But irregular, I always tell you, don't remember them especially, but recognize them. That's important. Okay? That's going to be the important thing. So for the subjunctive, that's going to be pretty much it for now. Okay? We're going to keep it simple. You need to have il faut que, il est nécessaire que. That's very important. Then the ending for nous and vous, it's going to be the same than for the imparfait. For everything else, it's going to be the same than for the present with the stem of the third person of plural. Okay? And that's going to be pretty much it. To keep it simple. Okay? The next part, we are going to be doing the difference between passé composé, well, imparfait. Oh, it's blue. That's cute. Passé composé and imparfait. Donc, imparfait versus passé composé. Passé composé. Okay? Up. And I'm going to do something like underline, maybe. Bold, underline, italic. Et voilà. Parfait. So, imparfait. How do I recognize the imparfait? It's easy. Past in the past. When we talk about the weather, when we talk about the background, and when we talk about a feeling. So I'm going to have something like that here. Boom. Okay? So imparfait. Past in the past, used to. Weather, when I talk about the weather, all of that, it's in the past. When I talk about the background or the context, or it's something that it's out of your control, and about a feeling, okay? And we have different in for that. Was, where, plus ing, that's going to bring you imparfait. Quand, when you have quand in a sentence, which is when in English, you're going to have imparfait somewhere. Before the quand or after the quand. I don't know, we will see. And wide, you always have imparfait after wide. Okay? So, all of that, print it or have it here, remember it, past in the past, it's not true anymore. The weather, it's imparfait. Background, it's imparfait. You have no control of that. And a feeling in the past. Okay? So now that we know that for the imparfait, when do we use the passé composé? Passé composé, it's going to be something that starts in the past and it's still true now. So I'm going to put that in the other page, I think. It's still true now. Okay? It's also a series of action in the past. So this morning I woke up, I ate breakfast, I took a shower, I brushed my teeth, I got ready, I went to work. Okay? That's a series of action in the past. It's going to be passé composé. And also, specific time in the past. This morning, I woke up at 5 a.m. Okay? And that's going to be, this is my example right here. That's going to be passé composé. I think, personally, I think it's easier to remember the imparfait. So me, I'm like, okay, if it's none of those, it has to be passé composé. This is how I do it. Again, those int or those rule plus the int, put them on a notebook or something, have them available, so this way you can recognize them. Okay? And you know how to build the imparfait. We've done that before. Imparfait is going to be AIS, AIS, AIT, IONS, IEZ, AIENT. Okay? And passé composé, well, we know that. It's going to be a subject plus an auxiliary plus a verb past participle. But here we're not talking about how to build them. We're talking about how to pick which one, how to compare them. So they are very different. Use the right one at the right time, and that will be pretty good. Okay? So here it's pretty fast. The review here, because we've done that multiple times. We've done that in maybe chapter 7, part 1. That's been done. We did that when we did just the passé composé or when we did just the imparfait. Okay, that's just a review here. Okay, I could write that down at the top, but a review of the major thing we're going to be talking about during this chapter. Okay, and the last thing we're going to see as a review, it's going to be tout présent progressif. D'accord? I'd like to put an horizontal line. Here we go. Présent progressif. Or maybe être, because we can do past to être en train de. D'accord? Touc. Être en train de. Donc, être en train de, it is to tell you what is going on at the specific time. So, for example, if someone says, hey, Sebastian, what do you do right now? I am in the process of teaching. Okay? Je suis en train d'enseigner. Okay? So, I'm going to use this formula en train de, in the process of. Okay? If you want to do that in past tense, it's super easy. The verb to be, you just need to conjugate it in imparfait. Okay? So, j'étais en train d'enseigner. I was in the process of teaching when it started to rain. Okay? Être en train de mean to be in the process of. Okay? To be in the process of. Donc, bon, je suis en train d'enseigner. So to be, we know how to conjugate that. We are going to conjugate that in present. Here, that's present. Je suis en train d'enseigner. Okay? I am in the process of teaching. D'accord? I am in the process of teaching. Présent. Présent progressif. Okay? And then, avec un accent, merci. And then, if I want to do that in past tense, what do? I used to be, and I put that in past tense. J'étais. Okay? En train d'enseigner. Yes, I made a mistake. I'm going to fix it. En train d'enseigner, etc., etc., etc. D'accord? 1, 2, 3. Wow, how many did I put? 4. That's way too many. Okay? I was in the process of teaching. When blah, blah, blah. Okay? And that I can call that imparfait ou passé progressif if you want, ou past tense, expression in the past tense. We're going to always use imparfait and it's going to be passé progressif. Yeah, I like it. Passé progressif. Okay? And we always use imparfait. D'accord? So that's going to be something to keep in mind. And for that, for the progressive tense, it's going to be pretty much it. In English, you use it all the time, but you don't really mean it actually. Every time you put ing, oh, I am running. Well, are you really running right now? Or are you a runner and you run once a week? Okay. In English, we say, oh, I'm running. Oh, I'm teaching. But are you actually teaching right now? Or you're walking at the park with me and you're telling me that you're teaching and this is the work you're doing. Okay. In English, we're going to say that as an occupation, something we do. In French, we are doing it right now. Okay? So That's going to be the main difference. And sometimes I may correct people. I'm like, no, you're not doing it right now. So just use present. Okay. Or you're doing it right now. Use present progressive. Let's be precise. Okay. So that's going to be pretty much it for those review. Again, those are review people. Okay. If you want more specific detail, go find the lesson that match the progressive, the passé composé, the imparfait, and the subjonctif. Okay, here we are just doing a review of all of those topics. Okay, so if you have any question, please don't hesitate to make a comment, to ask a question. I'm going to be so happy to answer or to redirect you if needed. I'm going to stop the sharing up and voilà. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.